Me. Welcome to Aphasia Moments, a video podcast where we talk about the highs, the lows, and everything in between of living with aphasia, apraxia of speech, dysarthria, and other communication challenges. I'm your host, Cheryl Tondro. I'm here to share my personal journey. In each episode, we'll dive into real life moments, some punny, some serious, but all with the same message. You can live your very best life even when communication gets complicated. It's not about perfection. Above all, it's about finding strategies that work for you, staying positive, and above all, not taking yourself too seriously. Because yes, you are still the wonderful, unique person you always were, and you have so much more to offer the world. I want to be transparent with you. These videos are not edited. I leave in the mistakes, the pauses, the challenges, because that's part of the reality of living with a communication disorder. What you see is me on a good day, however, usually in the morning before I get too tired. So you're getting the best version of my communication on any particular day. But trust me, there are tougher moments too. In order to understand me better, it might help to use the closed captioning feature located just below the picture. This way, you can follow along even if I trip over my words or things aren't as clear as I'd like it to be. Whether you're living with the communication challenge yourself, supporting someone who does, or just curious about the experiences, this is your space to feel heard, seen, and inspired. Today, I would like to continue the conversation of virtues that I'm finding in a book called 33 Days to Eucharistic Glory. This is the third day. First day was patience. The second day was joy. And today is faith. And I'm going to do the definition that faith is strong belief. So we're gonna focus on believing today. I found some quotes that might help us kind of focus in on this, what I'm gonna want to relate to you as far as our journeys. Believe what you can, and you're halfway there, said Theodore Roosevelt. So believing is first step to success, is he's telling us. Having a positive attitude and confidence in your abilities is crucial for success. Overcoming self-doubt and believing in your potential is important. Making things happen in life requires a faith or an ability to believe that is, I'm going to go back. The quote is, making things happen in life requires a faith or an ability to believe that is unshakable, regardless of your circumstances. Les Brown. I think that's a really good quote to keep in mind. I'll try to put them in the notes on the bottom if I can find out how to do that. You are what you lived. You are what you believe yourself to be. Paolo Coelho. And finally, Henry Ford said, whether you blink, whether the, and this is a good day, whether you think you can or think you cannot, you're right. There's certainly power in what we believe. There were so many things I struggled with, especially at the beginning. I'm sure that you had the same challenges or similar challenges with a stroke. Especially I was in a abducted sling because of my surgery. Doing daily activities, I had tremendous challenges with dressing, cooking. I couldn't cook for a long time. Reading, writing, and things that I could not eat, could not do. I was not able to do because circumstances wouldn't allow me to. I couldn't drive. I couldn't go back to work. So, but somewhere along the way, these things really hurt my self-esteem or how I felt about myself. When you can't do something, when you're either told you cannot do something, or you have tremendous challenges to do the things you really want, it made me feel less. I felt like I wasn't the capable person I was before, and that really hurt my self-esteem or how I felt about myself. But somewhere along the journey, I figured out that saying 2 words right now can be powerful. So I can't do that right now really helped me to understand that if I had some control over things, I would be able to do these things that I really wanted in time with a lot of practice, with a lot of help, with a lot of instruction. I knew I could do things that I set as goals. So I overcame my self-doubt and believed I could do something. That gave me the push to set goals and start to work on being able to do those things again. I can say that, daily activities, just practicing, doing them and working with my SLP on cooking and reading directions and reading recipes help me. Going to therapy for physical therapy and occupational therapy helped me gain the skills. I gained the strength I needed to do a lot of the things I wanted to do. Reading, writing, going to speech therapy, and continuing to practice, and eventually making projects of my own to help me practice and get better and better and better. Working on small, manageable things first really helped. Faith, or the belief in oneself and the desire to change or create something, makes a big difference in moving forward and creating and achieving these goals. I think it's worth noting that another aspect that's needed is a sense of internal control. It's called internal locus of control as opposed to external locus of control. So if you have an internal locus of control, you know that what you can do is work really hard, and what you are able to control, you do. So don't look at it's other people can control what happened to me. It's what I can do. But really, we can't talk about this in a short podcast. So maybe if you're interested in talking about it offline or maybe another podcast or I think it's really important to remember that there's things that we can control, things we can't control, like the weather, things outside of our control, but a lot of things are in our control, or we can um, I can't think of the word. We can, I can't think of the word. We can influence. So we can do things that influence other people to do things. You can't control another person. We have to remember that. Oh, the only person we can control is ourselves and what we do, what we think. So those are the things we can work on and control. If we believe we can do something, I think we are halfway there. It's the belief that we can't do, that we cannot do something that sets us back. But I think that's all we can talk about. But belief is so important. So if you have any ideas on how believing in yourself helped your journey, please tell us about it in the comments. And if you liked this podcast, please consider subscribing below and giving it a thumbs up if you liked what we said we were talking about today. Until next time, thank you for listening to me, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye-bye.